Hey everybody, it's Kennedy Hawk from the MCM team. We're kicking off our May 2023 organized play with week 1 here up against Tower Defense. So let's look at the scenario we're going to be playing. You can play as any hero against the Tower Defense villain using the modular set Down to Earth and report it in that Google form. At the end of May, we'll be recapping everybody's results and giving away 2 more of our organized play prize packs. So I'm going to be using TTS today instead of physical cards. That's because well, I have everything packed for Con of Heroes already, and I didn't want to have to unmake my amazing Hawkeye decks to make decks to play with you all for organized play, because I'm recording these ahead of time because I'm going to be out of town for a couple weeks. So, this first scenario, again, is any hero against Tower Defense with Down to Earth, because Corvus and Proxima Midnight are literally coming down to Earth to fight Avengers Tower. So, let's go. All right. I am today playing. Who am I playing? I can't remember. I'm playing Wasp Aggression, and it's a pretty weird aggression build. I'll pull up the deck list later, and we can look at it. But we're going to start out by playing both in Standard, and then I'm going to reload the mod and play an Expert solo Wasp against Corvus and Proxima. So let's get these main schemes out here. We're going to reveal both main schemes. This one starts at 1 threat. It doesn't seem to have a threat token anywhere. Am I crazy here? I guess I just place threat tokens on it. I'm going to do this because I can't handle that. This one starts at 1 threat. And this one starts at 1 threat. If this gets to 6, you remove all threat from it and place 6 damage onto Avengers Tower. If this one gets to 6, we remove all threat from it and deal each player an encounter card. So one of those is much worse than the other. Oh, Hawkeye's in that art. I never noticed that before. That's sweet. We've got our focus defense here. Permanent, the villain who matches the attached scheme is the active villain. And after the player phase ends, attach this card to the other main scheme. And we've got our tower here. Uniqueness rules do not apply to Avengers Tower. After damage is placed here, if there's at least 9 per player damage here, remove all counters and flip it over. So we've basically got 18 hit points that the tower can take, and right away, Black Order Besieger engages you. Choose to either deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower or 2 damage to your identity. We're going to take 2 on our identity because we've got pin particles to deal with that. Alright, so we're playing in standard mode. These 2 jumps are pretty weak. The first active villain is Corvus, but remember this is going to move at the end of the player phase, so Proxima will be the one attacking us. We cannot defeat one while the other one still has hit points. Basically, we have to reduce both of them to 0, and then we can move to the next villain stage. And just like normal, we're going to try to go through 2 villain stages. When Proxima Midnight attacks you, choose to either deal 1 damage to the tower or give her +2 attack, so jump, jump, jump. And when Corvus makes an undefended attack against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck, deal damage to Avengers Tower equal to the boost cards. Okay. So I think we are ready to go. Away here with Wasp. All right. I like this. I like this a lot. So the goal of this deck is to just plow through things and use all the attack events in the world that I have to get things done. So let's see how that works out. I am going to get rid of a Pinpoint Strike. I'm going to keep Precision Strike, but I'm going to get rid of Pinpoint Strike because there's better cards I could draw. Yeah, it didn't draw anything that much better. But we will use Wasp's ability to shuffle that Pinpoint Strike back in. We're going to flip, and do I want to flip to Giant Form or Tiny Form? Giant Form gets me 1 extra attack, but I don't think I need the extra attack. But you know what? I can spread it around, so there's no point in not using it. We're going to swing and deal. We get to divide our attack amongst enemies. Hold on. Let's not be crazy here. Let's, sorry. Let's move things a little bit so we can see here. And we're going to play Ironheart and draw a card. It's always good. We've got 2 Precision Strikes, so we are going to be able to heal those hit points up, which is really, really nice. I think we're going to use Giant Help to play Yarnbjorn. So now we can make a basic attack, dealing 1 to this Besieger and 1 to Proxima. I think we're going to try to take her out. We can then pay for Precision Strike to deal 2 damage to an enemy. If it defeats that enemy, heal 2 from your hero. So let's get back to full health and get rid of this Besieger, which does not hurt us. Ironheart's going to thwart for 1. Let's just get the threat down to a manageable level. And sorry, after that last precision strike, I am going to Yarnbjorn for 2 more damage, which doesn't feel bad at all. So we're readying up. We are going to draw 5 cards in this hero form. And that's right, we've got enhanced physique. That's because we're running a sort of basic heavy build. All of our allies, I think, are allies that have mental resources that are basic, so we can run power in all of us to also play enhanced physique to, charge our Yarnbjorn for multiple turns. Or at least that's my goal. We'll see. All right, it is the end of the player phase, so this is going to move over. The villain phase is going to begin. Each scheme is going to get a threat. Proxima is going to attack against us. We have to give her +2 attack or damage a thing. We're going to give her +2 attack because Ironheart's going to block. So she's swinging for 4, 5 into Ironheart. Goodbye, Ironheart. Hello, Yarnbjorn. And then we get an encounter card too, right? So our encounter card is discard and upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains search. Ouch. Goodbye, Yarnbjorn. They basically just reset our board. That was kind of annoying, but it's okay. We'll survive. So what do we want to do here? We do not have Genius or Champion traits, so we couldn't play Moon Girl yet. I don't know if I really want to take my entire turn playing Ant-Man. That seems a little dangerous, but maybe not, because I could flip down, and hopefully this doesn't pop for 1 turn. This is moving back over there, so I think that's what we're going to do is... Actually, I'm not going to play Ant-Man. I'm going to play Fluid Motion and Enhanced Physique. I'm going to thwart for 2 here, and I'm going to flip down to Tiny Form, and I get to shuffle 2 mental resource cards back into the deck. And I think I'm going to shuffle in... I'm not going to shuffle in Genius, because I've got a lot of double resources. I'm going to shuffle in Moon Girl and Ironheart. We ready everything up, and I am drawing 6 cards. The player phase ended, so this is going to go over here. We don't have Aerial yet for pitchback. That's a bit of a bummer. 1 threat on each scheme. Corvus is going to scheme for 2 plus something. 2 plus whatever Proxima's scheme is. So 3 total. Not the end of the world. Just don't draw in advance. It's a Besieger. We're going to deal 2 damage to our identity again. We already knew that was coming. All right. Do we have things we want to shuffle back in? I think we do now want to shuffle Genius back in. And what the heck, I'll shuffle in a Precision Strike as well. Shuffle those all around. I think we're going to flip to Giant Form. No, let's flip to Tiny Form, I think. Because we get the card draw of Pim Particles then. So we can use Pitchback, Pim Particles, one of our Enhanced Physiques, and another Enhanced Physique to play Nick Fury. That's going to draw us 3 cards plus 1 from the Pim Particles. We did get our Biosynthetic Wings. That's a big deal for us. Fortunately, we got a lot of things we want to play here. All right. Let's have Nick hit this guy for 2. That way Wasp can finish him off. Actually, let's wait on that. We have Fluid Motion. We might get better things happening here. Let's go ahead and play Ironheart. Draw a card. Drawing cards is good. Or so I heard. Sweet. Power on all of us for another Enhanced Physique. So now we have the choice. We could play our Biosynthetic Wings, or we could play a Rapid Growth and flip. I think I'm more excited to get our wings down so that all those pitchbacks get turned on. So we're going to have to spend 1 from our Enhanced Physique. We've got a lot left we can do here on the board. So yeah, Nick will hit this guy for 2. Wasp will hit him for 1. That way we get to deal a damage to a villain. Going to keep hitting on this one. Ironheart's got a thwart for 1. She'll hit this scheme that's more dangerous right now. Actually, she'll hit the other scheme because this won't be the active scheme this turn. And we ready up? Drawing 5. All right, we've got a Professor X. We've got a Pinpoint Strike, a Pitchback, lots of good stuff for next turn. I know I said this was going to be a fast game, and I'm playing real slow, but I promise it'll be okay. All right, so this is going to move for the villain phase. Proxima is going to get +2 attack because Nick Fury is going to take it. Totally takes it. We get an encounter card. It's another Black Order Besieger. Shocking. No one. And it's our turn. So we are in tiny form. So we get 1 additional damage and overkill using Pinpoint Strike, which I like quite a bit. Nick Fury's gone. Let's get rid of him and figure out what we want to do. I'd really like to play Professor X this turn. That would be a strong move. We could do that and play Pinpoint Strike, which doesn't feel too bad. The villain who matches the attached scheme is the active villain. I think that only matters for villain cards. For overkill, I believe I get to choose who it goes on to, but I don't think it's going to matter. So we're going to use Power in All of Us and one of our enhanced physiques to play Professor X, putting a Confused on Corvus. We will then pay 1, 2, 3 for Pinpoint Strike, which is going to do 8 plus overkill, so that'll do 3 here, and then 5 to the villain, and Wasp can ping the villain for 1 more. Pretty dang good, and with Fluid Motion, we're now up to 2 attack, but we're going to flip to Giant Form. Actually, we're just going to do the 2 attack. Yeah, no, we're going to flip to Giant Form. So now we can swing for 3 more attack. Professor X and Ironheart can thwart. Ironheart will chill. We might want to use her later. Professor X will thwart for 3, and he's going to block for us this turn. And we're going to keep everybody around. I would have liked to flip down to use that Confused, but that'll be a later human problem. All right, so we've got Pitchback, Precision Strike, Martial Prowess, second Fluid Motion. Pretty good hand. We're going to use our enhanced physiques, unfortunately. All right, 1 threat going on each scheme. This moves over here. He is not confused this time. If he makes an undefended attack, well, it's not going to be undefended. Professor X is basically dead. We get an encounter card. It is Advance, the villain schemes. Oh no. Gonna scheme for 2 plus 0. Thank. Oh, doesn't scheme. Doesn't scheme. The villain is confused. I'm a liar. And I'm gonna shuffle that because I know it's a 0, and that's it. Alright. It's our go. What can we do here? After your hero attacks, deal 4 damage to enemy. So I need to do multiple attacks here. I think what I'm going to do is pay 2 for a Martial Prowess. Use Martial Prowess to play Precision Strike. Can I get all of them out this turn? I don't think I can, right? If I played Martial Prowess, then I could use Martial Prowess to play Precision Strike, and I could use Fluid Motion to play Pitchback, but I couldn't get both. Which is kind of a bummer. But that's okay. I still think it's the right way to go. I think what we might do instead is use those 2 to play Martial Prowess. We'll use Martial Prowess to Precision Strike Corvus, which defeats him and heals us for 2. Isn't that cute? And then Fluid Motion makes us go up to 3 damage. We've now defeated both of the villains, so we're going to move them to the next phase. Bigger stats, bigger bodies. Nothing too dangerous. But we got a lot more to hit through now. So now we can perform a basic attack for 3. And we can use one of these to pitch back for another 4. And we've almost killed that guy this turn. That feels pretty good. I don't think we're going to flip down. I think we're just going to stay in this form, and we'll flip down next turn and shuffle some cards in. So we're drawing 5. Got lots of good damage here. Villain turn. This stuff is happening. She's going to attack us, and we're going to give her +2 attack so that Ironheart can take it. She gets a gazillion attack, and Ironheart goes to my discard pile, which is great because I want to shuffle her in my deck. We get an encounter card, which is a Surge, Common Criminal, into attached to the villain who's not the active villain. When they attack, the attack gains range. If it defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Okay, so we got a big old Corvus coming at us soon. And it's our go. We don't have a lot of thwart in our hand, which is a bummer. but we could still make some work. I'd like to get rid of that later. Let's not punch for 2 yet. We have Wasp Sting, right? So let's use energy to play Wasp Sting to hit this guy for 4. Fluid Motion pops us to 5. Pops us to 3. Let's swing for 3. Is that what I want to do? Can I just win this turn? I could swing for 3 and I could pinpoint strike, but I wouldn't have enough to do any more damage. So I think the better answer is to thwart for 2 here, because we are going to flip down. We will... Do we still... I think we still use all 3 here to play pinpoint strike for 7. Except we're not going to use combat training, we're going to use martial prowess. We'll flip down and use combat training to get rid of this common criminal, which draws us a card. That's convenient. Alright, so we get to shuffle some cards into our deck. We're going to shuffle in Moon Girl and Nick Fury. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Ready everything up, and we are drawing 5 cards because we're going to hold on to that genius. Okay, so we got some choices here. This is pretty good. It is the villain's turn. They're going to get 2 each. This is going to move over here. He's not going to attack us. He's going to scheme. So he's going to scheme for 2 plus 2. It's just enough to pop it. So this will go to 0. We're dealt a face down encounter card. We get a second encounter card from all that bad stuff. Deal 3 to Adventurer's Tower. Ouch, that's our first damage on the tower. And Proxima Midnight activates against you. Oh, that's a problem. So she's going to scheme for 1 plus 2. That will pop her scheme as well, I believe, which is 6 more damage, which is going to flip us and put us back to 0. Ouch. We really needed to thwart a little bit differently, but that's okay. We have a damaged tower. Sorry, everybody. It is our go. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to... How many cards are in here? 2. We want to get some more cards in there. That's the first thing we want to do. So we're going to use Genius. Let's just shuffle cards in. That's what we need to do, I think. We're going to shuffle in Ironheart and... I don't know if it really matters. Professor X. Get those shuffled in with Girl. Then we'll use Genius and Vivian to play Moon Girl, which is going to let us draw 3. We will flip to Tiny Form, and we'll use Giant Help, Pim Particles drawing 1 at the end of this. Professor X and Wasp Sting to play Nick Fury. So we're going to draw... We drew our 1 from Pim Particles, but we get 3 more from Nick Fury. We'll use Strength to play Ironheart. We got a whole arsenal of allies here, and we'll use Giant Help to play Fluid Motion. So we can go ahead and swing... Oh, man. We can Unfortunately, we can swing for 1. We can Martial Prowess to pitch back for 4 more. That ends the game. But we've got all our allies to do crazy stuff too. So we did make it. I'm going to reset up TTS here really quick, and we will take it away against Expert soon. Hey everybody, we are back for our Expert Mode matchup for this week's MCM Week 1 May Challenge. I'm going to start off by drawing 6 cards, shuffle this villain deck. We've got some stuff we don't necessarily want to see right away, so I'm going to throw away any mental resources I can. I'm going to hold on to energy, because getting wings down early for pitchback could be really strong. Didn't draw into any allies, which is quite the bummer in this deck. Alright, let's go ahead and... Do we even want a girl, or do we want to just keep these out of the way? Let's just keep those out of the way and look for allies, I think. We're going to pay 2 for our wings. We're going to pay 1 for a Yarnbjorn. We're going to pay 1 for a Fluid Motion. All of those things sound great. We're going to flip to giant form and swing for 2 onto this little guy. Oops. And that's all we got. That's all we got. It's going to be a rough one. Drawing 5. This is going to move over here, and we'll see what happens. So Proxima is going to attack for 3. We're going to let her deal damage to the tower because we're getting hit for a lot this turn already. So we're going to get hit for 3, 4, 5. And the Besieger is going to hit us for 2. And our encounter card is another Besieger. So we're going to have to do a damage to the tower or we would be dead. That was rough. We forgot to put threat on the main scheme because I'm bad at life. And away we go. Well, we do get to spread our damage, which doesn't hurt right now. So we will swing and spread our damage for 2. 1 onto the Besieger, 1 onto the other Besieger. I think we'll use these Pim particles to heal 2 and Yarnbjorn the other Besieger away. They've been besieged. And then we're going to pay 3 for a Professor X. I probably could have prevented a damage last turn, but I didn't. We're going to Cornfuse Corvus Glaive. Thwart for 3 off Proxima's scheme, and I think we got to flip down. No allies or geniuses to shuffle back in, so I don't even want to shuffle anything yet because I'm looking for better stuff. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. So 1 threat on each scheme. This is going to move over here. We've got a confused villain that we don't care about, and 1 encounter card, which is the villain schemes, so we do care about it. Scheming for 2 plus 2. Ouch. It's going to deal us another encounter card and put this to 0. Heal 2 from each villain. Give each villain a tough status card. Joke's on them. They are at full health, but they will each get a tough. Alright, that wasn't beautiful, but it is what it is. Let's heal for 3. I think we'll use a Power in All of Us and a Wasp Sting to play Moon Girl, drawing 3 cards. And then we will use a Strength to play Ironheart, drawing 1 card. And Professor X is gone, obviously. What does Red Room Training do for me? Retaliate or Tiny Attacks gain Piercing? Oh, Piercing doesn't hurt right now. Let's flip to Tiny Form then. How do I flip? There we go. So you know what? Let's flip to Giant Form. We'll play Pim Particles and Wasp Sting for an enhanced reflexes. We're going to use one of those enhanced reflexes with Vivian right away to play Red Room Training. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. We've also got some allies that can help out. Ironheart's going to thwart for 1. And that'll be that. I think we're going to hang on to Moon Girl for now. And we're going to draw 5 cards. 1 threat on each scheme. This is going to move. Corvus is going to swing for 5 into Ironheart. 6, 7 into Ironheart. Ironheart is deaded. We've got an encounter card, which is the villain attacks you again. So let's put a damage on there. 3, 4 into face. And I have Retaliate 1. Great job. Great job, Giant Form. You've done a thing. And that's it. Brutal. This is becoming a rough match. I can prevent 1 of that damage. Let's prevent 1, because let's not be crazy here. Okay. We got a Martial Prowess and a Fluid Motion that I'd like to get down, but that is Setupsville. I don't know if we can afford to stay in Setupsville forever. We are going to flip to Tiny Form, I guess, and go Piercing. So do we want to do anything else first? I don't think we do. We're just going to Pierce. Moon Girl will thwart for 2. And I think we're just playing the setup game here. We're going to play another Martial Prowess and a second Fluid Motion, just to set up for the future. And we can draw 5 cards. No attacks in hand. Beautiful. More setup. Threats going up by 1 and 1. Corvus is going to attack us for 2, and Moon Girl's going to block it. 2, 3, 4, 5. But she did. 1 encounter card. Deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Tower's not sitting so happy. And it's our go. I think the right answer is we 1, 2, 3, 4 play Nick Fury. He draws us $3 bills. We use Rapid Growth and Pinpoint Strike to play Combat Training. Nick thwarts for 2. Wasp thwarts for 1. And we flip the baby form and shuffle some things in. So let's shuffle in a Genius and a Moon Girl? Moon Girl's the right answer, I think. Because I know Genius is in there, I can get rid of Power of All of Us, draw 5. I did deck out there. Okay. Readying everything up. The villain phase begins. They each get 1 threat. This thing moves over here. Proxima is going to scheme for 1 plus something. It's 1 plus 2. And we get 2 encounter cards. The first one is Corvus activates against you, so he's going to scheme for 2 plus something. 2 plus 3. Oh my goodness. He popped his scheme again. We get a Surged Common Criminal into a Surge Exhaust Your Identity. This is fun. Into a You may change forms. If you're in hero form, place 2 threat in the main scheme. We don't want to do that. If you're in alter ego form, you can't switch forms next turn. We also don't want to do that. Wow. I don't even know what to do here. And we're going to stay in alter ego form. And we've got to discard an upgrade or support you control. Red Room Training I don't care about anymore now. Okay. Well, that was that. Nick Fury goes here. Let's go ahead and shuffle Nick Fury into our deck because we want as much card draw as we can get. We're going to pay 3 mental resources with Moon Girl and draw 3 cards. We do get a Nick Fury, which is great. Let's use a Pitchback to draw 1 card and get rid of this Common Criminal. Let's use all the attacks that are in our hand and this last copy of Fluid Motion, along with Pim Particles to play a Nick Fury, drawing 3. Professor X? Didn't get him. Didn't get him. Luckily, this is the guy that's going to scheme next turn, so hopefully it's okay. But still a little painful. Let's go ahead and hold on to Pim Particles and play another Enhanced Strength. We do get some Thwart and Power here, so we're going to Thwart for 2 and 2. Just get that main scheme down to 0. Main schemedies. And we're readying up because we can't change forms. Drawing 6. Drawing, yeah, I guess 6 because I accidentally clicked it. 1 threat's going on each scheme. This is moving here. We get a scheme of 2 plus 0. Thank goodness this time. And our encounter card is to, yeah, place the damage there. We ain't taking any more damage from these besiegers. It's been poking us in the rear end. Alright, let's shuffle in Nick Fury and Genius, I think. I'm searching my deck instead of my discard pile. Sorry about that. Yeah, there it is. No! Oh, gosh. Alright. What do we do? What do we do? Let's... somewhere in here there's like heroes, right? Yeah, let's search there. Grab Captain America. He's probably got a Genius in his deck. Oh, that doesn't have his precon. You know what we'll do? We'll just play without it. We're the ones that threw it in the trash. Now I gotta wait. Loading, loading, loading. We could like pop all the cards out down here, but I'm just not interested in doing that today. So we don't have a Genius that we shuffled in. I'm sorry, life. Life is bad for us. I guess we could throw, this is what we'll do. We'll throw a Captain America card in there. If we draw that, that's a genius from now on. Okay. We did our Gurlin. We want to heal for 3 because, frankly, we need to. Flipped Tiny Form. We are going to 1, 2, 3 Pinpoint Strike. So we're going to hit this guy for 3 and a villain for 5. Finally punch in faces, and we'll activate 1 Fluid Motion, so we're at 2 attack, although it doesn't really matter. We will power in all of us for Ironheart, draw a card. Now Professor X shows up. I already used these this turn, huh? We will Wasp Sting for 5. Just get that as low as we can. Thwart 1 here. Save our blockers. Drawing 5 cards. 1 threat on each scheme. Corvus is going to attack for 5 plus something into Ironheart. Ironheart's dead. We've got an encounter card. It is Proxima Midnight activates against you. She's going to swing for 5 plus something into Moon Girl. Moon Girl's dead. But we survived. And it's our go. Always good. We're finally going to play Wasp's Helmet. That's cool. Probably should have done that a long time ago. We are at 3 attack right now, but I think it's more important for us to flip here and thwart for as much as we can. We can, this is actually cute. We can Precision Strike Proxima Midnight. Oh, but she cannot be defeated, so we won't defeat her with Precision Strike. Balls. That was not what we wanted. It is what it is. All right, let's get rid of, I'm going to pay differently then. We're going to keep Rapid Growth in case we want to defend this turn. Drawing 4. 1 threat on each scheme. This guy's hitting us for 2 plus something. We've got a real crummy hand here, so sure. We'll defend for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Good job, Rapid Growth. We've got an encounter card, which is going to deal a damage to Avengers Tower. We have a Genius, a Precision Strike, and an Enhanced Physique. So I think what we do is we Martial Prowess to play Precision Strike, and then we Yarnbjorn to get rid of the Besieger. Use Genius to play 1 more Enhanced Physique. We're set up for a real big Wombo combo, but we don't have a way to threat down against Proxima. I really think we need to flip down this turn. So I'm going to do it. It's probably going to make me lose the game. Let's shuffle Genius and Moon Girl back into the deck for now. Because she can draw us just as much for Nick Fury for 1 less dollar bill. And we draw 6. So we get 1 threat on each scheme. Proxima is going to scheme for 1 plus 2. Bummer. So that's going to deal 6 to this after damage is placed here. So we would place all the damage. Then we would flip it. And you remove all damage, right? Yeah, so it goes back down to 0. So we kind of use that intelligently. We let the tower get really high, and then we let Proxima place the damage. It's still embarrassing, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, that was just her activation. We still get this. Surge, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Cool. Love it. Love expert mode. That guy punches real hard now, and there's a thing that we really hate. So, wow, how fun. How fun. They're still in their first form? Oh my gosh. I don't know how to play Wasp. I just play her poorly. Don't let this taint your vision, people. What's in here? Anything good? Ironheart's good, but I kind of want to get Genius and Ironheart in there, so I think we're going to pay with Genius and Vivian for Moon Girl. Nope, we're going to put Ironheart in first. I'm a liar. Moon Girl draws me 3, which is going to be 2 plus 1. And we get an encounter card. So, we really need to heal. But I don't have any pin particles in my hand. We're at 7. Do we really need to heal? We're going to have blockers now? Maybe we don't. Maybe we can be cute. Let's go ahead and flip to Tiny Form. Tiny Form? Tiny Form. Tiny Form. We got a lot of things going for us here. We definitely want to play Nick Fury. So let's get that out of the way. Paying 1 from an Enhanced Physique, Ant-Man, Rapid Growth, and Ironheart. Nick Fury draws us 3. 3 big ones. We get a Professor X, too. Oh my Gordons. This is good. Do we need 2 blockers like that? I don't think we do. I think it would be better for us to pay 1, 2, 3 for a Pinpoint Strike to deal 8. We can respond to that Pinpoint Strike in 2 ways. First, we can Yarnbjorn to do 2 more, which is going to push these fellers and ladies to the next phase. 15 and 14. Now we have Fluid Motion, obviously. And then we can Martial Prowess to pitch back 4 here. We could Yarnbjorn again for 2 more. All of this feels great. And technically we've done 2 Fluid Motions and a Combat Training, so we're at 4, 5 with our helmet damage. So we punch Corvus for 5, I guess. Moon Girl thwarts for 2. I think Nick's just going to punch for 2. And we see what happens. We're drawing 5 cards. Lots of pitchbacks. That's great. 1 threat on each scheme. This is moving over here. So we got a big old attack. I think we're just going to take the 3 damage at Avengers Tower. So he's swinging for 4 plus something. Nick Fury's going to defend. 4, 5, 6. Since it defeated an ally. Whoa. Don't be taking my Nick Fury discard pile. I am not a good TTS player compared to real cards. I'm sorry, everybody. Since he defeated an ally, he's going to get 3 of these. And then this goes away at least. We do get 2 encounter cards. Well, on Hero Form, increase the resources to play each event by 1. Oh, that's balls. And search the encounter deck and discard pile for your obligation. It's Obligation Day. What's it called? Red Dreams, right? Yeah. We can flip to Alter Ego Form and exhaust Nadia to get rid of this one. And we'll be able to get rid of that one now, too. Okay. Can we do 16 damage in 1 turn? Probably not, is the right answer. Probably not. But we can try. We can definitely shuffle Nick Fury and hopefully a Genius back into our deck. I mean, our Sharon Carter basically is Genius. All right. Yeah, so I think we discard Pinpoint Strike to get rid of this obligation. We flip to Giant Form. Do we get rid of this? I don't think we need to be taking that much damage from an attack. So I'm going to get rid of that. We take 1 damage to get rid of it. Giant Help is not the card I thought it was. That is a thwarting card. Bummer. Let's pay differently. Let's pay with Giant Help. Oh no, I have to pay a physical, don't I? How did I even get rid of that with Pitchback? I can't. I had to pay with Giant Help. I feel better now. I wanted my Pitchback. Good. I'm exhausted, so I can't attack. Pitchback does nothing for me. Gosh darn it. We're just going to ready up. That's all we can do. We've got 3 cards coming to our hand. 1 is a Precision Strike, so we can definitely get an attack off next turn. 1 threat on each of these schemes. This lady gets real big and swings for 5 plus something at Moon Girl. 6 at Moon Girl. She dead. We get 1 more encounter card. The villain attacks you. Great. Definitely putting 1 there. So swinging at me for 3, 4. I live. Can we win this turn? Probably not. Oh, my goodness gracious me. So we could precision strike with martial prowess to do 2. And that would put us to 4 base attack with fluid motion. We could then use giant help to pay for a pitchback to do 4 more. That would put us to 6 damage total at Proxima. We could use rapid growth to do 4 more with pitchback, putting us to 10 damage, and we have a base 4 attack. This is also known as not enough to win, in case you're keeping track at home. Let's see what we can do though. I think we do want to use giant. Maybe we want a giant help with giant help. Let's go ahead and precision strike for 2. But let's pay with combat martial prowess, whatever that's called. So we did our 2. We could then use one of these to pitch back for 4 more. So we've played 2 attack events, so we're at 4 damage. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think we're going to giant help, actually. Remove 3 threat, 4 threat divided as you choose. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we flip here and shuffle some cards in. Ironheart. And I don't know. Wasp Sting, is that in here? Pinpoint Strike is, that'll work. I just want damage and card draw. Damage and card draw. Drawing 6. Okay. If we live this turn, we probably win. 1 threat on each. This guy's going to scheme for 3 plus something, and we get an acceleration token. I think that goes on both schemes. So going to scheme for 3 plus something. 3 plus 0. Thank goodness. Our encounter card is Assault, which surges into whatever that is. I don't even care. And it's our go. So yeah, we can flip up, we can pinpoint strike even if we have to pay 4. We did it! Okay, thank goodness. That was a tight game. But we took down tower defense with this Wasp aggression deck. So, I hope you participate in MCM OP for the first week of May. We'll be rolling out that video with the recap of April's games and the community results and announcing our winners shortly, as soon as I get the chance to record it, since I had to pre-record all this stuff. The technical week for week 4 of April is not over yet. So, we are at about 380 games played, so that's pretty cool. So keep submitting your results and letting us know how much you enjoy the different matchups that we're setting up. Thanks for tuning in this week, and check back next week for another MCM OP.